Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy Big Al Kicks, aka the UI General, and I'm here to bring you guys another sneaker review. This time we're gonna be doing one of my favorite sneakers of all time. This sneaker is a cultural staple. This sneaker is known as the Dope Boy sneaker. Yup. Today we're talking about those Dope Boy Air Max 95s in that original OG neon yellow colorway. Before we get into this video, shout out to the homie Ryan Carter for letting me use his 2008 pair for the comparison. Man, this video is gonna be dope. We're gonna have a good time. But first, we're gonna talk about the history of the sneaker. So let's get into that. In 1995, Tinker Hatfield brought up ACG designer Sergio Lozano to help design the new Air Max to put a fresh perspective on the model. One rainy day at the Nike headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, Sergio Lozano became inspired by looking out the window and watching the rainy road to earth. He then immediately took inspiration from this act of nature and started designing the classic shoe we know now as the Air Max 95. The design of the shoes takes influence from the anatomy of the human body. For example, the uppers with the layered panels represent flesh, the midsole as well as the back represents the spine. Nylon eyelets represent the ribs, and the gradient represented the eroded rock walls. Furthermore, Sergio wanted to capture the anatomy of the human body as well as nature for the design of this classic shoe. Another thing to note, the original design had no swoosh branding, and Nike wasn't feeling that, so there are only two swooshes on the uppers on each shoe. On the heel between the Nike and Air, and the other is a mini neon swoosh on the uppers near the back. Finally, the finished product of the legend we know now as the Air Max 95 was born. So without further ado, enough talking about the history, let's go ahead and get into it. And today, we have, let's read the label, Air Max 95 OG. And the colorway is black, neon yellow, and light graphite. These retail for $170, and they were a size 10. Had to grab them. I get all my Air Max 95s in a size 10. They just feel better like that for me. That's my size. It is what it is. But not only do we got the 2020, as I mentioned before, from the homie Ryan Carter, we actually got the 2008 Air Max 95 neon, and it came in an orange box back then. And let's see if the color code is different. And the color code here is cool gray and neon yellow. So right off the bat, there's a difference in the colorway. The OG is light graphite. The 2008 is cool gray. So this review comparison, so get ready to get very interesting. You get ready to see some differences. But to me, both colorways are fresh. But you guys tell me what you think in the comments. Did you cop the 2020? Or did your 2010, your 2008, your 2015, so on and so on pairs are still fresh? And you just held on to them? Let me know down below. But enough talking about it. Let's get right into it. So right off gate, we have the OG color on the box. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of reviews, a lot of people saying this is the OG box. This is not the OG box. This is just the OG colors on the box. The OG box for this shoe was a smaller box similar to the Air Max 90, or AKA the Air Max 3 that was given to us this year. They gave us closer to the original box, even down to the original label on the opposite end of the box. But you know what? I'm not complaining. I'll take this. I like the color. I like that they tried. So you have the split right here, the black and the light graphite on this side, the words Air in white, and Max in that classic neon yellow. Let's turn around. Let's turn the box around to the other side. Same thing. It's just in bigger letters. But then, of course, it has these words right here on the side, and I'll read those to you. It says, Air Max shoes represent the most important advances in Nike Air cushioning, larger volumes, greater efficiency, and more visibility in the heel and now the forefoot. Innovation has never been so clear. And then the rest of the words are in French. And then it ends with just do it right there in that neon volt, which I thought was pretty good dope touch. We look at the 2008 cool gray and neon yellow boys, and it's just nothing but the label. I actually still remember this release. I remember people were still kind of crazy about them, but I don't remember them selling out. But hey, we're gonna look at the 2020, and we're gonna see what's up with that right quick. Let's take them out the box. As you can see, an aerial view of both boxes. You see that nice, good, bright neon yellow? These look real good. You see the 3M right here? Has the hits in neon yellow, which represents the neon yellow eyelets represents the ribs right here on the side. You have that gray gradient that represents the eroding rocks like we talked about in the history. That neon yellow swoosh right here on the back end. And the only other swoosh right here in the back. Let's take this out. Of course, you got your anatomical art supports, which are classics. Gotta have these. Oh man, these are just so dope. Man. Got the nice neon yellow bubble. I wonder did they make the bubble bigger this time like they did the OG? We'll compare that. Another cool thing to note, this is the first Air Max shoe to have air right here in the forefoot. And on the bottom, it has the PSI. So it has the arrow pointing up. So there's 20 PSI right here in the forefoot. Then it has 25 right here on the sides. So these air bubbles are 25 PSI right there. So maybe they actually put it in there so it could be the original size. It looked the same. We're going to compare the 2008 in a second. So you have the 25 right here on the sides. And then that last PSI, you have 5, which is right here in the back. With that hole, I don't know if you can see in it. It's like a couple of numbers in there. But you have that hole right there. And that 5 PSI in the back. A little 3M action right here. Nike Air at the heel. Overall, a dope pair of shoes. Very dope indeed. Neon yellow mesh type insole with the Nike Air right here at the heel of the insole. Very dope touch. This is really OG. I heard this is how the OGs were. So overall, this is just a dope shoe all around. Just a dope classic shoe. I'm glad to have this in my collection. Of course, that classic logo right there in neon yellow. The black split right there with that graphite. And that neon yellow right there. Little hits of 3M as well on the laces. I know the 3M right here on the rib cage. Just a dope shoe representing the anatomy of the human body. This is one of my favorite Air Maxes. And 2020 just gave us some good Air Maxes this year. I look forward to see what 2021 has next. All right. Let's take the 2008 out the box. Okay, so we have the 2008 Air Max 95 Cool Gray and Neons out of the box. And man, these are dope. These are dope. Okay, has the 3M right here. The gradient walls, I think, are a little bit thicker on the 2008 versus the 2020. It's a slight thickness on the edges. I think the bubbles are about the same size. Let's see. The bubble on the 2008 might be a slight bit bigger. Let's see. A little foggy because it's OG. It's a slight bit bigger on the 2008. Let's also look at the tag. Let's look at the tongue. And the logo is bigger and it's different. On this one, it's gray where it says Air and black where it says Max. Still have the neon yellow. But when you look at the OG pair, it's black right there. It's gray right here, black right there, gray right here. So it's technically flip-flopped. If you look at it, 2020 right here on the left, 2008 right here on the right. The neon yellows look sort of the same. They look close. Let's look at the toes. The toe box of the 2020 right here is lighter because this is that light graphite. And this is more of the cool gray. It's a darker cool gray. The shape of the toes are about the same. Let's see. We can't really compare the shape of the toes but so much because one is a 10, the 2020 is a 10, and the 2008 is a size 11. So let's look at some more differences. Let's get a side by side of each. 2020 right here. The gradient's a little lighter. And the gradient here is a little darker. Both still have the black midsole. Again, but cool gray. Light graphite. Two different colors. You can kind of see the differences again in the toes. Lighter, darker. All right, let's check out the insole and inserts. Now, the 2020 came with just the tissue paper on the inside, but it also came with the original neon yellow insole as well as the anatomical arch supports. Now, let's see what the 2008 has. Let's dig in here. Okay, they have the shoe trees like most Nike shoes had at its time. Oh, wow, it has a white mesh insole. Let me get that out. Go ahead and take that out. And wow, a white mesh insole. I think the 2010 pair is like this as well. It has the Nike Air in neon yellow. And the OG Retro has Nike Air Max in black. Let's see that these come with the arch supports, and the 2008 pair came with arch supports as well. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Very similar shoes. Just a change of the colorway to ultimately change the shoe. They tried to give us the retro back in 08. This was a good, decent retro. But it's the subtle differences, like the tongue, the label on the tongue. We're going to look at both of them at the same time. Boom. And you see the differences. I think the lace thickness on the 08 pair is thicker than the 2020 25th anniversary pair. Overall, dope shoes. Very dope shoes. Get your side view of the 2008. Side view of the 2020. The back. Of course, the 2008 is a little wider right here. Still the same color schemes. The heel's a little thinner right here on the 2020. As you can see, the bubble is bigger, more OG in the 2008. Smaller in the 2020 retro. Overall, again, I'm glad to have these shoes. Let's look at the bottom. This is the bottom of the 2008. And as you see, there's no PSI written on the bottom of the shoe. All right, let's throw the bottom of the 2020 up there. And let's see if there's a slight discrepancy in colors. Whoa, and it is. It's a little dark on the 2008. A little lighter on the 2020, and then the obvious PSI markings are missing on the 2008 pair. But still a dope pair of shoes still. Dope. Again, shout out to the homie Ryan Carter for letting me use them for the comparison. Yeah, these are just dope overall. Did you guys cop? Is it hot? Was it garbage? Or was the 2020 retro just hot garbage? Let me know in the comments if you copped or not. As far as differences, I think that's it. I think that is it, y'all. But enough jabbing on about the history and the differences. It's time to take these Dope Boy 95 Air Maxes on the streets. Overall, these are a dope pair of sneakers. They're classic in its classic colorway. I can't complain. This has been a very dope year when it comes to sneakers. This shoe right here is always going to be a staple. It's a staple in the hood. It's a staple outside of the hood. This shoe is an icon. This is an Air Max icon, and it's just iconic, period. I'm glad that I was able to cop a pair. As far as sizing, I would suggest going true to size. I won a 9.5 in the raffle, but I was able to exchange it for a 10, and I'm glad that I was able to get my size 10 in these. Tell me, do you guys like these? Do you like these? Or do you like the other versions that was released? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And oh yeah, bang that notification bell. Turn those notifications on so you can always get updated on the brand new content. This has been another You Wild production. And again, I'm wild, you wild, we all wild, baby. Let's stay wild and let's stay fresh. Peace.